On February 21, Xiaodong uploaded the video in his YouTube. I couldn't translate it well, so I translated the translation video of a Korean YouTuber AnnieLEEM into English again. I will post the YouTube account of Xiaodong and Korean YouTuber AnnieLEEM. What I'm going to speak is what Xiaodong said in video. ㅡㅡㅡ is currently quarantined within the Wuhan Administrative Department. High standard forced isolation. They say the food is solved well, but we can't check how well is it. They say that he is also in good physical condition. According to unofficial government information, the government is now investigating everyone, including myself, who is involved in ㅡㅡㅡ. Let me answer some of your questions. First, how did ㅡㅡㅡ get into Wuhan when Wuhan was closed to all access? He came to Wuhan the day before the blockade of Wuhan. Right after he arrived at town, he did a live broadcast at Hankou Station. He came in Wuhan just before the blockade. Second, how could ㅡㅡㅡ cover whole the situation without big problem? Wuhan was so busy with virus and government didn't have any manpower to catch him. And at the time, the Chinese government didn't take ㅡㅡㅡ as so seriously. Everyone's information about ㅡㅡㅡ is a lie. My information is true. At the first time, the Chinese government didn't pay attention to ㅡㅡㅡ. Then ㅡㅡㅡ gradually reacted violently and Bang Bin appeared. So there was an order from Chinese High-State Department. The department in Wuhan wants to get ㅡㅡㅡ and force him to be quarantined. The place where ㅡㅡㅡ was staying was the accommodation provided from his friends. It wasn't registered on the internet, so the police couldn't track it in the beginning. And ㅡㅡㅡ used a mask and his motorcycle. All local friends took him to the place where he wants to film. Now the government is currently investigating about online chat room of ㅡㅡㅡ. I didn't know that ㅡㅡㅡ made 2 or 3 group online chat rooms in Wuhan, and there were so many people at the time. They reported to him about what's going on in Wuhan and China every day, and ㅡㅡㅡ went out many places by himself for helping them. He was filming by using his motorcycle and getting help from his friends. And now this is the reason why he was isolated. Chinese authority found out that group chat room that ㅡㅡㅡ was going to a temporary hospital and they caught him on the way. Later, they went to his place and confiscated all his stuff. And now government is investigating all of his acquaintances. Congratulations to those who were in his chat room at the time. If you were in group chat room where ㅡㅡㅡ was, I hope you will survive on your own. Everyone who helps ㅡㅡㅡ to go someplace will be investigated too. If you didn't say anything in the group chat room, then you are not gonna have any problem. But if you said anything, the investigation would begin. All records were never deleted. I'm returning to China next week. A lot of people are worried about me, but I have already spoke with China government, and they told me to do self-isolation and wait for a call from government when I return home. ㅡㅡㅡ should come out on February 21, as officially known, or he could come out on the morning of February 22. If he will not come out by noon on February 22, then the story will be very different. Since it hasn't been 14 days yet, the government is massively investigating evidence related to him. There are 2 possible outcomes for him. First, after 14 days of isolation, he will be sent to Qingdao, the home of the ㅡㅡㅡ, but he will be monitored or quarantined for a few more days from government. This is the best situation. And second, the government is now investigating whether ㅡㅡㅡ committed any misconduct or incitement. If they find something for him, it's hard to get out on February 22. They could lead to an investigation on other charges and he will have additional 3 days in there. As I told you, the government has been investigating all the people in contact with the ㅡㅡㅡ in Wuhan group chat room, and many people are already being questioned. ㅡㅡㅡ has no connection with the foreign countries, nor has received any funding from any organization. If no exceptions are made, he will be released on February 21 or 22. The earliest day we can contact with him will be from February 21 or 22 noon. We can't get in touch with him until then. And on February 21, Xiaodong uploaded a video. Again, this is what he said from video. I'm the only one who knows what I'm talking about ㅡㅡㅡ now. All the information on the internet is rumors. On February 7, Chun Chu-sil was forcibly quarantined and today is the second week. Originally, he was supposed to be out at noon today, but he didn't, and I can't even speak with him. First of all, according to the authorities, the official period of isolation of Chun Chu-sil is 24 days, not 14 days. This is the latest information that someone in charge told me today. On February 7, a person in charge said that Chun Chu-sil was forcibly quarantined, but did not say how long. His family didn't know how many days he will be forced into quarantine. This is what I've heard from Chinese officials today. His mandatory isolation has not been extended. I'm saying again, the mandatory isolation period was not extended. The mandatory isolation was not 14 days, but 24 days. If that happens, Chun Chu-sil will be released on March 2. But 2 weeks ago, the government didn't tell about this to Chun Chu-sil's family. Everybody expected that he will come out today. I'm telling you that I'm responsible for everything what I'm saying now. Again, I take full responsibility for all my saying. No matter what department you find me, I take full responsibility. I don't lie. A government official said today his isolation period are not going to increase by 24 days. If the period increase again, it will be due to another problem in Chun Chu-sil. I asked, can something else happen right after the 24 days? And the official said, on a normal basis, he will come out right away by the 24 days if there's nothing wrong with Chun Chu-sil. Everyone thought forced isolation was the 14 days, but it wasn't. It was 24 days. I hope everyone in the country will listen carefully. It may not be the 14 days. Forced isolation can be 24 days. I asked them again, wasn't it supposed to be the 14 days? Who said that? We have never told anyone that the period of isolation for Chun Chu-sil is 14 days. Don't spread the false rumor, Comrade Xiaodong. Why the 24 days? Do you have any good reason? I can't answer. Well, then the forced isolation period can be half a year. I can't answer. I can't answer that. Can I free to speak with him through cell phone? No, and I can't answer. Did you say no? I can't answer. I asked, can I speak with him and you just to say no? Didn't you say that few seconds ago? I can't answer.